Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is my video on Menaphos fishing. The fishing in Menaphos is pretty nice and AFK, and you can even get 170k plus experience an hour at 99. Menaphos fishing is a quite good thing to do for reputation as well, which I'll speak about in this video, so let's get into it. So the first things first, as always, what are the requirements? 72 plus fishing for all 3 fish is highly recommended. Although you can start it sooner, you just won't be able to get all of the fish. The fish unlock at 52, 60 and 72 fishing. In this video I'll be looking at the higher end of fishing, but you can do this at lower levels as well, it just won't be as good experience. You need access to Menaphos, so you need to do the Jack of Spades quest in order to get here. Getting to tier 8 ports really does boost the experience per hour here, so I'd highly advise getting tier 8 ports. If you don't have it, the XP will be less. And that's it for the requirements. The requirements would be higher, but you're unable to crystallize while fishing in Menaphos. Unfortunately, they didn't allow you to crystallize the fishing spots. I'm not 100% sure why, but either way, it's not that bad experience, and it's still decent to do, especially for rep. So on to the setup. My setup is nice and easy. You have your perfect Juju fishing potion, all of your fishing urns. I take a restore potion just so I can refresh my granite crab even if I go down to 0 summoning points. And then a couple of granite crab pouches to actually renew the familiar, as it doesn't last a whole hour. As for the inventory, we have the Greater Call of the Seas aura. I like the Greater Call of the Seas aura because it does speed up the fishing. You can use another aura in its place, like an XP boosting one, like the Desert Pantheon or the Illumination or something like that. The only other things that even matter is the shark outfit. Having the full shark outfit and allowing it to consume your fish really helps with the AFK side of this method. Not to mention, it increases your catch speed, and if you have the fishing outfit in your bank, it will still give you 5% experience buff, which is great. I have an augmented crystal fishing rod. On the crystal fishing rod, I have honed 5 and furnace 3. These also increase your experience rate quite highly. I really rate the furnace perk here. It helps so much because you're just catching so many fish so often. The furnace perk really does increase your experience because it consumes 15% of them at rank 3 for 100% more experience. So that is just literally a 15% experience boost. Plus, it's important to note that if you're using the shark outfit and consuming the fish, the furnace perk will still proc. I have an augmented shield. On the shield, I have the wise perk. The wise perk just gives you extra experience every single day, which is also really useful. For the ring slot, if you have done Sliske's endgame, you can use the Ring of Whispers. The Ring of Whispers does give a +3 invisible boost to gathering skills. This means it would give +3 to fishing. It's not super dramatic, the increase in experience, but any increase I will take. The only other thing I want to speak about is that fishing accumulators did not work for me here. Because you're catching so many fish and they have a low requirement, you never fail to catch. You catch them all the time. This means that fishing accumulators do not get any charges because you're not actually failing to fish. So I did try and test them out to see if they increase your experience an hour, but because you're not failing to fish, they're actually a useless item here. Other fishing methods they can be good at, but here they're not very good if you're 99 fishing with all the boosts. I do think fishing accumulators will work at low levels though, because you'll have a higher chance to fail while fishing. Also, it's really important to remember, if you do have things like the Greater Call of the Sea aura, it's only 10 Viswax to actually extend them. Using 10 Viswax only costs you like 60k, and then it extends it for a whole nother hour. It's perfect for when you're AFKing. Always useful to try and extend auras whenever you have the time. So I did a bit of fishing in the VIP area to see if the buff actually worked in the VIP area. I feel like the buff still works in the VIP area, even with fishing. Although I would definitely recommend going to the ports district in order to do your fishing, as you don't have to run around anywhere near as much. This then helps with your experience per hour because you don't have to run around to different fishing spots all the way around the other side of the pool. Normally the fishing spots in the ports district are right next to each other. For this hour of fishing in the ports district, I got 168,000 experience and 4,700 reputation. It's still really awesome doing fishing here, but it was higher in the Ports District, which I'll speak about now. Moving on to the Ports District fishing, it's a lot easier. As you can see, just by how close the spots are, it's so much easier to go from spot to spot. Over an hour, this is going to save you a couple of minutes, which then adds up to a fair amount of experience. There is a bank chest in the VIP area, which can have its advantages, but there is a bank deposit box just here in Ports District. So if you did have to deposit any fish for any reason, if you didn't have the shark outfit or something, this still has a nice deposit box. It just doesn't have an actual bank. But as for in terms of experience an hour here, I got 177,000 fishing experience and 5,050 reputation. This means I got a bit more reputation and nearly 10k more experience just from not having to move around as much. Nearly 180,000 experience an hour isn't bad when it's fully AFK. This is fairly close to Prif fishing. Prif waterfall fishing at 97 with the large urchins is around 200 to 220,000 experience an hour. So it's not that far off and you're getting reputation at the same time. So this is definitely a very good way to train up your fishing, and I would highly recommend it, especially if you still needed rep, which most people do for at least 1 or 2 different factions. Well, that's all for this video. Hope these rates helped you get a little bit more of an in-depth look. It's a shame we can't crystallize these spots, but I can understand why Jagex chose not to, I guess. It then keeps the rates good for the low levels without having to nerf the low level experience in order to make crystallize not too overpowered. Because if we had crystallize on these spots, the experience rates would be way too high. So I can really understand why it doesn't have crystallize. But then again, you know, we like our crystallize, we like our efficient ways of doing things. I guess this is just an added bonus of AFK-ness. Anyway, thanks for watching. Give the video a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe for more. And until next time, see ya.